Hello everyone, my name is Eric, BCU number 211322527. Today I'm going to present to you innovation thinking for organization development. Using the design thinking process, I had identified a contemporary issue, which is the increased screen time in children over the years. Through this process, I have generated ideas and a prototype has been developed in addressing this issue. Being a parent, my key idea here is to reduce the screen time of children. Why I choose this issue? Reason for choosing this issue, like I mentioned, I'm a parent and I'm concerned. Therefore, I felt the inexpressible need first to help and involve children in managing their time. Second, to lessen time spent in front of a screen, which reduces productive time for other necessary tasks such as household chore. Example, vacuuming the floor, and Ah, wiping plates, washing plates, so on and so forth. Thirdly, to get them engaged in various activities like reading, exercising, playing outdoor games, and sports. Right, and it's important. Oh, oh dear. Yeah, so I believe you guys got my point. Yeah, outdoor sports. And of course, spending quality time with their peers and family rather than spending 70 to 80% of the time on screen, right? Isn't it? Ah, okay, I think I'll be right back, alright? Yeah, I need to. Yeah. So, how does that relate to me? That's gonna go back in time when I was a kid, back in my time. We run about in the neighborhood barefoot, play football and basketball barefoot. We even catch spiders. You know, who on earth catch spiders nowadays? Well, at least that was my childhood, a memorable one at least. Therefore, I strongly believe that first, childhood is a good developmental stage to develop good habits and a balanced lifestyle. As a full-grown adult, it is of utmost importance to help those children reduce screen time and get engaged in other activities as they grow up. Secondly, the habits of family members influence the behavior of the child. As a member of the family, demonstrating appropriate screen time practice also reflects on the child. Thirdly, screen time had taken away this very particular culture, which is the kampong culture, the kampong spirit, also known as gotong royong, where it is at its strongest during the 70s to 90s, where everyone from different races comes together to play, share, and even cook together and eat on the same table. So, I saw the loss of this spirit, the spirit that is essential in developing our children's social skills with their peers and family members through activities such as play and conversation. Therefore, I see the need to bring back this spirit. To justify my point, my team and I did a research on screen time spent by the children over the recent years. This is the mind map of the increased screen time evident in children, which is created by researching on various academic journals about the use of screen time in children, its effect on their health, and the factors that influence such outcomes. Previous studies have shown that screen time is a major sedentary behavior in children which adversely affects their social and physical health, causing obesity and social skill impairment. These are often influenced by the behavior and habits of the family members, particularly the parents of the child. So, parents there, watch out. Using the 5 Whys framework, it can be inferred that high levels of screen time in preschool children is primarily due to the lack of structure in their daily tasks and activities, since they have access to mobile devices during their free time and they were not generally provided with alternative activities and encouraged to engage in them. The result is to use mobile gadgets. This became an issue as most parents are not aware of how screen time can affect their children's development and physical health. I came out with a problem statement to reduce screen time in preschool children through structured scheduling. The problem to address now is how do we reduce the children's screen time? After defining the problem, so who are our target audience? Oh, sorry, no, not captain. This one? 2O? Yes, this one. Children at preschool level. They are our target audience. With the purpose of reducing their screen time through a structured scheduling, a free and safe platform will be provided for them to utilize daily as the primary design. Secondary design will be to instill the practice of time management and engagement in other activities. Therefore, the main point is children should be explicitly given structure on what they need to do throughout the day. This can be made possible by providing them a schedule on their tasks for the day, which helps in minimizing screen time and maximizing productive time. I came up with 3 possible ideas and evaluated them with their cost, benefits, and impact. First, seminar and workshop, educating and training parents and children about screen time, factors that affects its high usage level and its effects to the child's development. Second, resource provision. Activities may be provided to children to engage them in doing other tasks through worksheets, modules, game sets, etc. Third, mobile application. Development of a mobile schedule board which provides structure to children's daily activities. Eventually, I believe that with the technology nowadays, mobile application would be a more ideal and viable options. Generally, a schedule board is utilized by children with special needs to track the activities that they need to accomplish within the day. Caregivers have the responsibility to line up the child's activities by using cards that are attachable to the board. When a child starts the day, the board is checked for what needs to be done, and for each finished task, the child will detach the specific card and set it aside until all cards are removed from the board. Therefore, the general idea is to adapt the concept of the schedule board into a mobile application which will be more efficient to use for both the parents and the child. Using the scamper method, the concept of the physical schedule board will be adapted into a mobile application, maximizing the use of technology that is now widely utilized. Well, as I mentioned before, technology is here to stay. It will adapt the same features with only a few modifications, such as the use of specific time and additional alarm notifications for the beginning and the end of each task. Instead of utilizing the schedule board for children with special needs, the mobile application is intended for regular children in the preschool level. It has additional features of creating advanced weekly schedules and calendar applications syncing to reduce effort in the input of daily tasks and activities. I came up with a SWOT analysis to weigh the pros and cons of the concept. Strength: the schedule board provides structure to a child's daily activities. It is simple but gets the job done. It is also easy to navigate and is interactive both to the parent and the child. Weakness: the effectivity of the app is dependent on the parent and the child. If the parent does not input a schedule and the child does not adhere to the schedule, then the purpose is defeated. And since it's a mobile app, there is an additional time spent in front of a screen when being used. Opportunities: the schedule board can further be improved with customization of schedule board cards, providing variety in activities, and can be expanded when synced and used with school schedule and activities. Threats-wise, there are still challenges on how to generate revenue for the development and improvement of the app. Advertisement and support from other stakeholders might be a possible solution for this. Let's talk about the prototype. The basic user interface shows the name and logo of the application, with the menu button on the upper right and a button to view the schedule for the day. The application sends a notification and alarm when a new activity is about to begin. This helps in knowing what's next on schedule and in preparation for the next activity. This is the morning and afternoon schedule board. There are specific time for each schedule card. When an activity is finished, the button can be turned on to indicate that it is already done. For example, the schedule card for 8 a.m. is eating breakfast. Well, since it's finished, the notification earlier stated that at 9 a.m. it will be time for math class. At the end of the afternoon schedule, there is a tally that tracks the tasks that are finished throughout the day. Hey, enough lah! Oh wait. When you click the drop-down menu, there are 4 options, namely button for creating a new schedule, button to see the weekly calendar, button to see the monthly calendar, and lastly, button for settings. What can be seen on the right is the weekly schedule. The dynamics is the same for the monthly schedule. Through this option, you can click on a day and create a schedule in advance. You can also see a schedule from a previous day or week. When you click on the Create New Schedule button, these will be the options available. There are an option to change the time as well as the schedule card. You can pick a schedule card for each time slot throughout the day. Hey! Oh wait! Sorry, prototype. The feedback gathered mainly focused on what can be added to the application features, including customization features such as enabling the linking of accounts for the parents and their children, and the tracking and monitor feature where the parents can see how much time is spent in an activity throughout the week. From the feedback gathered, new options have been added on the drop-down menu. A button for activity data log and accounts have additional update features. Moreover, there is now an option for parents, mother and father, to sync their accounts through email on the application. This way, the parents can create schedules on their mobile devices for their child, and it will automatically reflect on the child's iChat application. Further, the child's activities can be tracked and monitored on the parent's end. Another improvement is the activity data log, where parents can see the total time spent on each activity that was scheduled on the board. This is computed weekly, and the total numbers of hours will be acquired once you choose an activity to look into. This is a good way to monitor if activities using screen time are still on the recommended level of use in terms of hour. Lastly, an option to customize the schedule cards are provided. This way, more unique and personal activities can be added, and the parents can even use the actual photos of their child during the activities to encourage the child to adhere and follow the schedule board. For the implementation timeline, the projected period is within 8 to 9 weeks. The first 2 weeks have been allocated for research and data gathering. The third week is for creating the prototype, followed by the development of the application in the 4th until the 6th week. The trial for this application is on the 7th week, and the feedback and review for improvement on the 8th week. On the 9th week, the application will be released for users to utilize. During the implementation, some challenges may arise. First, it might be a challenge to find a developer, and the allocated time may not be enough to fully develop iChat. Second, since the application is offered for free, it will be a huge challenge to acquire sponsorship from different public and private stakeholders. Thirdly, there might be difficulties in looking for available and willing participants to test the application and give feedbacks for its improvement and effectivity. Just before I forget, for the projected cost, it can be seen that the total cost amounts to $15,800. This is generated with an input rate of $100 per hour, which corresponds to the days in the proposed implementation timeline from the previous slide. Despite with the various challenges being assessed, I still believe that this application can benefit both the parent and child in many ways, as it provides structure to the daily activities of children, screen time can be reduced and engagement in other activities can be encouraged. The kampong spirit can be revived when the children are provided with a schedule including activities that enable them to play outside and get together with their peers and even family members. Furthermore, this application is easy to use and can be customized depending on the user preferences. Most importantly, activities can be monitored and tracked as needed. Every week, the parent can check if the time spent in front of the screen exceeds the recommended screen time. Therefore, please have a serious consideration on the iShare idea. With that, I've come to the end of the presentation. I can be reached at Gwee at kaplan.edu.sg for any Q&As. Just for disclaimer rights purposes, no children were abused and harmed during the making of this presentation. Approvals from the biological mother were granted on the grounds that the children were not intentionally abused or harmed while the cameras weren't rolling. Thank you so much for your time and hope to hear from you. This is Eric once again, checking out from here. Bye.